Hi guys, me again, Rusty78609, Central Texas, USA. It is, I don't know, 4 o'clock p.m. and it's about 95 degrees here, getting hot in Central Texas, USA. Anyway, what I want to do right quick is just respond, or just not really respond to a comment so much as just to kind of discuss it. This is from an individual that apparently does a little urban stealth type camping and maybe some boondocking and whatever else. But anyway, his comment is it goes like this. It says if your commentator's budget is really tight, I assume that's me, an alternative to a home base is to set up an RV for dry camping and become a nomad. And that is perfectly true, and I did that a long time ago. Free parking is available in places like Bureau of Land Management, casinos, and Walmarts. And he's absolutely correct on that because I've stated all three of them. All you need is 200 watts of solar and a 12-volt compressor fridge to get off the grid entirely. I believe that's true too. The solar technology is now excellent and dirt cheap. You can also follow the seasons and enjoy a comfortable climate year-round. Thanks for the great videos. Well, you're quite welcome. Thanks for your great comments. Yeah, all this is true, except, I mean, when I did it years ago, about, God, let's see, when I was camping out in the desert, let's see, that's probably been 16 years ago, a long time ago. And I only did it for like 3 years, full time. And I tried solar, but back then solar was expensive, and the panels were heavy and they were easy to break and all that stuff. And so I tried solar. It didn't work for me. I returned the solar because it didn't. But now he's right. It absolutely is much cheaper now. They've got panels now that you can be, I mean, flexible and all kind of stuff. Easy to install, easy to set up. And yeah, 200 watts will do anything you want to do. It won't run an air conditioner, but it'll run everything else. And if you're traveling around, you always want to kind of be in the cool parts of the world anyway. But I did it. I was out in the desert, and then I was up around in the Four Corners area of Utah. I went over into Nevada, came back through Las Vegas in October. It's cool enough, and yeah, all that works perfectly well. And really, you can live very cheap because staying at Bureau of Land Management or public lands, national forests, all that stuff, that's a free ride, babe. That is a free ride totally. But you just have to be somewhat self-contained in that you need your own water. You got to have your own power because you're going to have to charge your phone. If you have a, like he says, he's got a 12 volt compressor fridge, and I didn't have that at the time. I was pulling a travel trailer, and the thing that happens is the refrigerators in travel trailers have a controller, and that controller draws power. And so it ended up, since solar didn't work, I ended up getting a little Honda generator, and I used it, and it worked perfectly fine. And it was very uh, economical on gas. It was quiet, and for a whole night, you would use slightly over a half a gallon of gasoline, which was perfect. But now, if I was going to go back out and do it again, I would definitely look at uh, using solar. Now, what he's talking about when you're talking about stealth camping, that's like being in the cities and trying to avoid police and all that kind of stuff. I never did that, but I did do boondocking or dry camping. And boondocking and dry camping are basically the same. Basically, you're off the grid and you're camping. Your camping fees are free. And I traveled in 4 or 5 states in the West, and then I don't know, probably for 6 months I didn't spend $50 on RV spots or whatever, because you can. It's pretty damn simple to do it. You just have to want to do it. Now, some of the downsides are, you have to be sure you've got plenty of water if you're going to be out for a few days, and or know where water is. And also, of course, I was camping by myself and have been for a long time. And after a while, boondocking, dry camping, being out in the boonies by yourself, it's like the sound of one hand clapping. You know what I mean? You're, you get lonely, or I did. I was alone. I'm alone now, but I'm not lonely. But you know, you get out there like I was like 2 years in the desert around Big Bend area out on the Terlingua Ranch and some other places. Yeah, you kind of get to where you want to get around some humanity and see some people. And so I did. I stayed at some Walmarts. I did stay at some casinos in Vegas. And yeah, it's cool. The only thing about Vegas that I really didn't like was I'm kind of an old country boy, and I didn't like all the traffic and all the glitter and all that stuff. But I did stay for a few nights because you know you go in the casino, you get around people, you realize you're still human, and you know you can have a few beers and talk to people and laugh and shit like that. You know, be a human being, and it was worthwhile. But another point he makes is absolutely true too. You can follow the seasons. You can damn sure do that. You can follow the seasons and have an enjoyable climate year round, and that is absolutely 100% correct. And if you have the personality and the desire, and then you're in. I mean, that's all you need because as far as what you need to do it, you can do it in a van. You could do it in a car. It might be a little awkward because you know it's a little cramped, but a van would work nicely. An older, maybe a motorhome. The only downside of like a Class C motorhome, or any motorhome for that matter, the gas mileage sucks. I mean, really, you know, if you get 8 to 10, you're doing pretty damn good. And even pulling a travel trailer, same thing. You're not gonna, if you break 10 miles a gallon, you're doing pretty good. But in a van, you can buy some pretty economical vans now, even used. You can get a 2013 Nissan NV200 for about 12,000 in that range, and if you get down to say a 2010, it even gets less. And you know and they get 25, 28 miles a gallon, and that's man, if you're getting 25, 28 miles a gallon, you're in fine shape for going anywhere in the USA anytime. But anyway, I just wanted to touch base with that because some of the folks out there that go camping may have thought about doing uh, boondocking, which to me is just primitive camping or dry camping. You don't have any hookups. You know, you're out somewhere in the boonies. And but yeah, it's fun. It's great. Yeah, you'll have some really peaceful mornings and moments. You'll see some beautiful sunrises and sunsets. Get to see a lot of wildlife because nobody around most of the time. And you know, there's some real upside of that. So for those of you that are, you know, looking into this thing, you know, check that out. You know, maybe rent a van and see what happens, or rent a you know a small RV and see how that works for you. But you know, before you commit your resources, if you can rent something and go check it out. You know, even if you're going to go camping in a Prius, you know, and you don't own one, but you're thinking about buying one to go camping in it. You know, hell, just go rent one. You know, go rent one, go camping in it for a few days, see what you think. You know, you may hate it. So you know, on the other side, you may love it, like me. But anyway, be that as it may, enjoy your day, folks. Carpe diem. Let's see. Thumbs up. Adios. Carpe diem and bye bye. There it is.